Well, joining me to discuss this issue is the abduction and the rising spate of insecurity in the country is a public affairs analyst, Jackden. Thank you very much for joining us at this point. Now, looking at this story, of course, the issue of the kidnap of the students in Kaduna State, the government is saying it's not paying any ransom. The parents of the abducted students have paid 55 million naira. What does this say?
Well, let me begin by saying thank you very much for having me. This, for me, it's a very sad scenario. There is no Nigerian of conscience that is happy with what is going on. Often one would sit down and ask, how did we so degenerate to where we are today? It's okay for the government to say they don't want to pay a ransom, but over that, I can assure you that negotiations does not usually begin and end with the exchange of naira and kobo. The whole idea is this. If you look at kidnappings, if you look at hostage taking, it's not new in the world. It has happened in other parts of the world, and they were able to move away from that phase. Why are we not employing seeming strategies in saying that we rescue our children?
So what strategies can we employ in this case?
As I did mention, it is not all about naira and kobo. The whole idea is this. I have had people talk about Sheikh Gumi's strategy, for instance. This is one Nigerian who is a former military leader, who is an Islamic scholar. He is somebody whose words should be taken seriously. Sheikh Gumi came out to tell Nigerians, listen, let's see if we can even negotiate with these people. He said they have intelligence that even some Boko Haram leaders are of the opinion that they want the government to come out and speak with them. You see, the thing is, we've heard from myth in the past that people have taken advantage of these unwholesome situations to collect money from government and disappear into thin air. Now, how far through that is, I cannot ascertain. But the strategies for me, as I did mention earlier, is there must not always be exchange of naira and kobo. The lives of our children is at stake. The peace of our nation is at stake. The bottom line is that we all must rise to the occasion. You see, Nigerians are failing Nigerians. If the state decides not to do anything, what is the Parent Teachers Association doing about this issue? What is the clergy doing about this issue? What are other stakeholders doing about this issue? I want to give it to the media because the media had made it an issue, at least on the front burner. But what are other sectors of society doing? Are we to think that, oh, because it's a few children, it doesn't matter, I don't know them, let them stay wherever they are. If they come out well, if they don't, you know, I don't think that is the way to go.
What can be done? Because if you're saying that you're not blaming any other person, you're not blaming the media, you are asking what the PTA is doing, what the clergy is doing. What can be done by these groups of people that you have mentioned? Because it seems that whatever they are going to do will not hold anything.
Engage them. No, you cannot say it cannot lead to anything. Engage them. Talk with them. Sheikh Gumi has come out to say he at least is one Nigerian that has been able to reach these people. But instead of people even seeing things from his own perspective, everybody is rather even denigrating him. I've seen comments made by Nigerians who have not made an attempt at any way in seeing that we ease out of the current situation. All they talk about is, don't mind him, he is an Islamist, he is a Boko Haram apologist and all that. I think it is beyond that. Let us sit down and talk with these people. Let us see if in the short, mid and long term it will produce any results. According to him, these Nigerians have very genuine grievances. Why are we not talking with them? Because
is there any grievance high enough to kidnap people and threaten to kill them?
Well, I mean, I am not in any way saying that kidnapping is even the way to go. Come to think of it, normally who are the victims? The victims are very innocent Nigerians. Whatever the grievances are is such that you should still talk with the other person who probably is not seeing stuff from your own, semblance. The whole idea is that nobody is saying that kidnapping is right. Nobody is saying that threatening to kill people is right. I'm not saying that. Please get that clear. But all I'm saying is that let us see if we can talk with them, because talking with them may just make a difference.
Where will talking with them take us to? Will it stop every... Because
it's probably to the promised land. Nigeria has not always been where it is. You and I know what the spate of insecurity has brought upon us from the political, the economic, and the social scenes. There hardly is anything happening in Nigeria today that you are not looking over your shoulders. It's sad that the political class is only concerned about 2023. We shouldn't be looking at 2023 when we are here grappling with a serious national crisis in 2021.
All right, so what should be the lot of this? Because before we came on air, and we saw in the news that a lot of the parents are already at the National Assembly trying to confirm that protesting. What should happen at this point? What should the government do at this point?
Well, you see, I want to give the government the benefit of the doubt. I don't think government will truly, in its essence, just sit back and watch this happen. In my opinion, if the government can pay the ransom, there's nothing wrong with that. All I want is I want those children out. That for me is the fundamental issue here. The whole idea is that if government can go behind and even without making it public and negotiate with these people and secure the release of our children, that is what will gladden my heart. For me, at this point in time, all options are open and all options should be kept on the table. All right, Public Affairs Analyst Alpha Jackden, thank you so much for talking to us. Thanks for having me.